party on my page, Unapologetically Black, ADOS. Ask that you like and subscribe to the page. See some people tune in. Yeah. See, what I want to say to my black people, I want us to understand that the Republican Party is a spineless party with no principles. Let's be clear. The Republican Party started off with their support for Donald Trump, talking about drain the swamp, get rid of the corruption in Washington. However, they have done everything within their power in order to justify Donald Trump corruptness and to help shield his corrupt activities. They have been continuously supported Donald Trump regardless of the corrupt activities he has committed in the White House. So this shows you that the drain the swamp and Washington corruption was not the issue that upsetted white America. The true issue that upsetted white America was the fact that we had previously had a black president and their fear of a rise of a black president. You have to understand this party is a spineless party with no principles or values. They went from the party of law and order to supporting a president under 91 federal charges, federal and state charges. They went from opposing the blacks defund the police off of the George Floyd murder to now doing everything in their power to defund the FBI in order to prevent the prosecution of Donald J. Trump for his criminal activities. So I'm just trying to get you to really understand I just really want us as black people to understand that Donald Trump and the Republican Party leaves us no political option. So we're forced to be dependent on the Democratic Party, who in turn does nothing for us but continuously gain our support. But the only alternative is for us to buckle down and to create our own political party. But we don't want to make the sacrifices that's necessary in order to do that. Because we don't have the political withal and the political drive within our communities in order to stand up for the policies that should benefit us. And we have continuously allowed these Europeans to be overly voiced and to apply laws that are overly oppressive to us in the black community. And I will give you a prime example of one of those laws is when you look at the fact that a state like Wisconsin, which is the 25th in population wise, however, our state of Wisconsin is 17th in liquor dispensaries. I just viewed it up. Alcohol is responsible for 140,000 deaths last year. However, you can have four DUIs before it becomes a felony in Wisconsin. And if you caught in possession of marijuana twice, no matter the amount, it becomes a felony. Now, marijuana is responsible to no deaths in America. Just another example, of policies that are applied to oppress black Americans that we are silent about. You have to also look at, you can go in most gas stations or smoke shops in any inner city in Milwaukee or America, and you will see they sell blunt cutters. But do you know in Milwaukee, the consequences if you're pulled over and caught with that blunt cutter is a $250 ticket? So they are allowing people, gas stations, smoke shops, to sell you a product that they ticket you for. See, it's all about economic castration of your own community. So, but you're silent about these factors, that they're allowing these products to be sold. They're allowing the Arabs and everybody else to sell these products, but ticketing you or your children if they get caught in possession of those very same items. You have to understand, blacks went in groves to vote or, Biden in office. But daily we see police mistreating, battering, and bruising black people on the internet. The Department of Justice is supposed to step in and protect the citizens' civil rights if the states are refusing to do that. So you have to ask yourselves, why are there not more federal criminal charges being applied for the activities of these police if we voted to put Biden in office? Shouldn't Biden be responsible for having someone at the head of the DOJ that makes sure that your constitutional rights and civil liberties are being honored? See, we can't stand up for these things because we don't have a political option, because the Republicans are so far gone and all they do is promote hatred for black community. So we're left dependent on the Democratic Party and we get nothing for our vote. But this has come from us as a people refusing to unite and recognize what we are and our condition in America. If we wake up as a people and recognize that we are not treated as citizens in this country, and we are not one nation, and that we must act and conduct ourselves as a separate group of people from the rest of these Europeans, Mexicans, Asians, because they are doing the same and working for their own benefits and interests. It's only us black people who have our heads in the air thinking that we're all one people, while those group of people are incentivized to impoverish you. You have to understand the support of Donald Trump is because Europeans want a strong man, because the government has always favored Europeans, and that has always been a strong man that has worked successfully as long as they had their numbers up, as long as they could dominate the electoral. But due to the fact that they have a negative birth rate, and they see that they will be in the minority or they will not be the majority by 2053, they are panicking. They are in fear of being in the minority. They understand that they do not have the ability to compete with us as a people. They understand that Jim Crow and all of the things they did racially discriminating against black people was to give them a head start, to continuously give them a leg up so they can be in the position that they are. They understand that the government economically favored them. They understand that they was favored by banks. They understand that they are giving credit at favorable uh, 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 um, rates compared to you. They understand that they are able to get a loan to purchase the house that you're going to have to pay rent to live in. And that's going to have them a second passive income. They understand you're going to be discriminated against. They have plans based off of that. I just need my black people to wake up and understand that we are not of this country, and we need to create our own separate political party. We need to function and act as if we are a separate nation within a nation. That's how you are being treated here, but you do not want to recognize it and accept it, because if you did and if you had to acknowledge it, then you would have to act different. And the problem with us as black people right now, we do not want to take responsibility for our condition. It is easier to blame white supremacy than to blame ourselves for our inability to act upon our condition. So, I'm just saying, black people. We have to really understand that we are a separate nation within this country. And we got to begin to function and treat ourselves as a separate group of people. All of this is inclusion is the most harmful thing that is happening to black communities. Us not willing to accept that these Europeans are as racist now as they has always been is very harmful for us, and it's leaving us very vulnerable to another genocide. And I need us to understand, black people, that is what the Republican Party is promoting and preparing to do, is to commit genocide against black people here in America. Why you think they don't have an issue with the genocide that is occurring in Palestine? Not only do they not have an issue with the genocide that is occurring in Palestine, you have to understand that America has continued to send its aid to Israel and has not held Israel accountable or put any strings attached with that aid that they are giving Israel. This same Democratic president that we are forced to vote in and support again to prevent Donald Trump from getting in office continue to give Israel billions of dollars but fail to do anything for black people, who overwhelmingly took him over the edge and put him in power. This is why I say the Republican Party has made black voters dependent on one party, has removed us from having any options of voting for any other group of people. The only way we're going to have an option of voting for people that work for us, that are in our best interest, is if we build that group. If we create our own political party. And it doesn't have to start on a national level, but we do have to start it on a local level and connect those local levels. I just need my black people to understand, especially my black men, that we need to start to have routine and regular meetings as grown men, discussing our condition, creating a plan, looking at our resources that we do have available based off our own skills, putting forth a plan based off of that, and shaping our community, shaping our policies, and fighting for those that are best for us. That's all I'm saying, black people. I just want us to wake up and take accountability for us. I want us to create momentum. I want us to move forward. I want us to stand for something. I don't want us to be out here complaining about racism I don't want us to be complaining about the lack of opportunities, resources in our community for our opportunity and things for our children to do. I want us to get out here in the community and have a plan to create those opportunities, to create resources. That don't happen individually. We need to come together as a collective. But when I hear black men talking about voting Republican, stop it. That is not an option.